My name is Joe Burke, and I directed the movie Run.
For the uninitiated, can you describe Run?
Run is about a hitman who is out to get this disc of information. It started as, for the most part, an exercise in action filmmaking. That's what we wanted to focus on. And so we had to think of a MacGuffin, and the disc, this disc was the secret of information that we had our hitman go after. And that's where the whole idea kind of stemmed to.
All right, from the initial notion, and I don't know if this was yours or a screenwriter's or whoever, of kind of dreaming it up to actually committing it to a completed edited project.
Right.
How long did that take?
To be completely honest with you, a couple hours. I kid you not, we were, me and my buddy Kevin Austinstead, who stars as a hitman and also produced the film with me. We were really wanting to, we just came off a bigger feature that we met on as actors. And we kind of wanted to just, I'm a director as well, and we wanted to kind of make something together. And we were kind of inspired. I do a lot of slice of life work, a lot of more character pieces, and I was kind of like, I really want to get a taste of doing some action. So we thought of a hitman, and we saw a couple action films earlier that day, and we're like, let's just, I had a camera. We had no money, but I had a camera. It's like, let's shoot something tonight. And, for literally 10, 15 bucks, we got a little fake blood. You throw in a suit. I had my camera, and we started shooting that night. I had some friends come over and help with the crew, and very guerrilla filmmaking in Chicago. But that's where it started. And it went for about a 2-day shoot.
And one thing, and you tell me, the tools are such today that, I mean, I think there's a distinction, or less of a distinction is what I mean to say. Big $50 million studio pick, blah, 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 blah. And you and your buddy picking up the camera that you had in your room.
Right.
And that line is blurrier now.
Right.
Because you can do almost as well as they can do.
Well, I guess that's the beauty of technology, of course. And I think everyone's saying, I don't know how I personally feel about this, but everyone's like, it's so much easier to make a film now, so more people are making films, of course. But at the same time, it's giving opportunities to people like myself to go out with no money in your pockets and shoot a short film. So for me, it's a good thing, because I think you can't just make a good film just because you have the ability to make a good film. You can't do anything just because it's right there. You still have to practice, and just because you have a football doesn't mean you can be a great football player. Whatever. I don't know if it's a good example, but so to have a camera is a great step, but you really have to have the vision, the mindset, the hard work, and the dedication, and all the factors that still that studio films desire. All the big films that are being made, they have that practice. You still have to have that element, even though you don't have the money that they have. You still have to have the vision and the drive and the dedication like they do. And
well said. I talk to so many actors who aspire to be directors. Mm-hmm. You have a foot in both ponds. Mm-hmm. Why is it appealing?
That's a great question. For me, it's appealing because, for me personally, that's where I started. I started 8, 9 years old with a video camera. Just I still have the camera in my hands. I started acting. I was from Toledo, Ohio, so there wasn't a lot to do as far as what Hollywood has to offer. So I had to make fun in the backyard with friends and the camera. So I started acting, and I think what it does is sometimes as an actor, and I think maybe a lot of people who go from actor to director here in Hollywood really think they love acting, but they're not getting the roles they want. They're not being able to be a part of the stories they want to be a part of. So as a director, you kind of have a little bit more of that freedom to create the worlds and the characters that you're looking to perhaps play or at least want to present on screen. And I know as a director myself, I love acting, but there's nothing more. I think directing is why I love directing so much, is because I'm able to take, create moments out of, real life. I mean, like I said, I like to really bring the real life into it. And to take real moments and, I don't know, throw them on the screen in a way where people who watch this can relate, and it's kind of I don't know. There's something nice about being able to have such a nice big canvas to make a statement on, I guess. And that's, as a director, you have that freedom to really speak loudly, and maybe that's where it comes from.
Well said. So what's your aspiration? If we were to have this conversation 5 years from now, what do you hope we're talking about?
I hope we're still talking about the films that I'm acting in and the films I'm directing. Just finished graduating from the American Film Institute, and we have our thesis film now that, unlike runs an action film, Nice Knowing You is our thesis film. It's more of a slice of life film, and I'm going to keep presenting that. And ideally, next year I'll be writing and directing my first feature, which is kind of every young filmmaker's goal, is to do their big first feature. And from there, keep moving forward to the point where I'm able to, continue collaborating with so many great artists in this town. I mean, like I said, I moved here from Chicago 2 years ago, so it's so nice to be in an environment where everything's movies, and it's really exciting for me, someone who wants to be making movies for the rest of their lives, to be in a world where everyone's just wheeling and dealing and meeting and collaborating and expressing, and I just want to be able to keep going up the ladder and be able to be privileged to hopefully do this for the rest of my life and make a living doing it.
Well said. Good for you. Do you have a day job, or is this all you're doing?
No, this is all I'm doing right now. I'm an actor and I'm a filmmaker, and like I said, trying to get the first feature underway right now, and got a couple other films. As an actor, I did a film called Squeal, which is a horror film that we shot back in Chicago 2 years ago, about a half human, half pig man who kills me and my friends along the way. Not to give it
away. Yeah.
That just got released on demand last week, so that's an exciting thing for us. And Run 2 was a sequel that we made for Run just recently that was nominated for an award last month at the Pasadena Film Festival, Action on Film Festival in Pasadena, and so just really trying to stay busy, stay focused, and everyone needs money. So of course, I do a little editing on the side, but that's what I do to get by. And
good for you. And these serve as calling cards, really, don't they? To get that first feature.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's hard. I mean, a resume for a filmmaker is good, but a lot of times the things on your resume no one's heard of. I mean, what's Run, a short film? Like what? I don't know. Let me see something. So you definitely need to have a DVD is kind of like your resume for a filmmaker, I think, especially starting out. So it's perfect. It's perfect to, I got a website up where people can watch all my films, and I'm just trying to promote that. And I love staying busy. It's one of those things that I don't quite enjoy the day as much unless I'm working on a film. So in order to really enjoy my time while I can, I just like to stay busy being active behind the camera and in front of the camera.
Good, really good. Well, we're sold. Well done. That was great.
Great.